Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, April 6th. You'll be interested to know, 130 years ago, today in 1896, athletes from several nations gathered in Athens to open a revived Olympic competition celebrating athletic excellence and the spirit of ancient Greece. That return marked a major milestone for international sports, setting a model for peaceful global competition and inspiring modern organized athletic festivals. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Monday at Ocean Beach. This morning it's looking fair with waves at 3+ feet. Conditions will turn choppy as the wind picks up to onshore at 10 miles per hour by 10 a.m. and reaches 12 miles per hour by 1 p.m. Expect 2 to 3+ feet through the afternoon with increasing wind at 14 miles per hour by 5 p.m. Best time to ride is at 7 a.m. with the 1 foot outgoing low tide when the west-northwest swell is 3 feet at 11 seconds and the onshore wind is 7 miles per hour. The first low tide on Monday will be 0 foot at 9 a.m., followed by a 4 foot high tide at 4:30. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 59 degrees for the water temperature. Choppy conditions prevail on Tuesday with waves at 2 to 3 feet and winds from the west at 11 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday offers fair conditions with waves around 2 feet and lighter winds, making for a more enjoyable surf experience. Thursday sees a continuation of fair conditions with similar wave heights, but winds may increase slightly in the afternoon. This morning, it's partly sunny and it feels like 55 degrees with 6 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:37 and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:45. It looks like we're in for some mostly sunny weather today, with a high near 60 and temperatures falling to around 56 in the afternoon, accompanied by a moderate west wind around 10 miles per hour, gusting up to 18. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 64. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a low around 50 and a moderate west wind around 12 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather. This morning, it's partly sunny and it feels like 55 degrees with 6 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:37 and will rise again tomorrow at 6:45. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the small coastal enclave of Bolinas was without water Saturday night after its public utility district shut off supply to the entire town due to a substantial water leak within the system. Residents were advised to start filling up containers with extra water and expect to be without running water for the evening. A contractor was on site by 6 p.m. and worked to repair the leak, with water being restored by 11:45 p.m. Located 13 miles north of San Francisco, Bolinas is home to around 1,200 people, a number that has remained low due to water access limits. Now on to sports. The Michigan Wolverines are heavy favorites over the Yukon Huskies in the men's college basketball title game. After a dominant performance against Arizona in the semifinals, Michigan enters the national championship game as the favorite. DraftKings opened with the Wolverines as 7.5-point favorites. Early betting at DraftKings shows 56% of wagers backing the Wolverines. Michigan opened plus 285 to win the game outright. Tonight, tip-off is at 8:50 Eastern. In local sports, the Mets defeated the Giants 5-2 on Sunday, marking their third consecutive win over San Francisco. Pinch hitter Luis Torrens was pivotal, driving in 2 runs during a 4-run 8th inning. Jorge Polanco started the rally with a double, followed by Torrens' 2-run double down the right field line, giving New York a 3-2 lead. Logan Webb pitched 7 strong innings for the Giants, allowing just 1 run, while first-year manager Tony Vitello was ejected for the first time in his career. The Giants will face the Phillies on Monday night as they look to bounce back. In top news, it can be hard to wrap your head around all the conditions neurologists treat, including cerebrovascular disorders like stroke and carotid artery disease, seizure disorders, and movement disorders including Parkinson's disease. Dr. Andrew Dorsch, Division Chief for General Neurology at Rush University System for Health, emphasizes that if there is a nerve somewhere, a neurologist could get involved. He warns that people often brush off neurological symptoms, thinking they are just age-related aches. 4 neurologists recommend never ignoring symptoms such as weakness in one hand or leg. In business news, in a light earnings week, the focus will be on the Consumer Price Index, the first inflation report to reflect the impact of the Iran war. We will also see data on personal consumption and gross domestic product. Stocks rebounded sharply last week, snapping their 5-week losing streak. The S&P 500 gained 3.4%, and the Nasdaq Composite jumped 4.4%. This week will bring the first inflation report capturing the impact of the war in Iran. Headline inflation is expected to show a 1% month-over-month jump, the most since June 2022. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 1.5% over the weekend to just over $69,000. Ethereum is down 0.5% to just over $2,000. And XRP is down 8% to $1.34. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. On April 2nd, 2026, a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill in the House of Representatives that would severely limit the sale of advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment to China and other countries. Led by Representative Michael Baumgartner from Washington, the Multilateral Alignment of Technology Controls on Hardware Act would tighten existing export controls for semiconductor manufacturing tools used to create artificial intelligence chips. If passed, these new restrictions would likely curtail China's ability to build a fully domestic artificial intelligence supply chain. China's imports of semiconductor manufacturing machinery have surged from $10.7 billion in 2016 to about $51.1 billion last year. And in entertainment news, Mixed reviews did not dissuade mass audiences from buying tickets to the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which scored the biggest opening of the year for a Hollywood movie. The Illumination and Nintendo co-production earned $130 million and $900,000 over the weekend, and $190 million in its first 5 days in North American theaters, according to studio estimates. With an estimated $182 million from 80 overseas markets, the film is looking at an astronomical $372 million debut. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American journalist and author, Hunter S. Thompson. And he said, "Freedom is something that dies unless it's used." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach.